Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Eleni. I'm a first year dental student, and today I'm going to be answering all of your questions. I asked you guys yesterday to ask me questions that you guys might have about dental school, applying, classes taken undergrad. So I have all your questions here. I just took like a screenshot of like all the questions that you guys asked me on Instagram. So I'm just going to go through them and answer you guys' questions. So let's get into it. Okay, so the first question that I got was, how are you handling your tuition, loans, and or scholarships? Okay, so for me, I'm paying my tuition in government loans. So it's really easy in dental school to just apply for loans, and then you typically will get full tuition in loans. I personally did not apply for any scholarships, but I know that there are scholarships that you can apply for. There's also like the Army scholarships, Navy, all that kind of things. But yeah, I'm just paying for school with loans that I'm getting from the government, and typically everyone gets those for dental school. Okay, so the next question is, how's your experience in Tufts? What do you find unique about the program? I think something that's definitely unique about Tufts is that we are a very large class. There's 200 of us, and I think that has really made a great experience for me at school, because I've been meeting so many new people, and I feel like I still don't even know everyone in my class, but even up until January, I was still like meeting new people, making new friends. So I really love that about Tufts, because it's like a huge family. There's just so many of us, and I'm meeting all these people from all different parts of the world, all the different states, different countries. So I love that about Tufts. Something else unique about Tufts, I think that we start our clinical work really early on. So we started in the pre-clinic like right away in August, and we started operative in September. So we're getting our hands-on skills. We're doing our hands-on skills like very early, and I really like that about Tufts. Okay, next question. What are some of the upper level bio undergrad electives that helped you in dental school? Okay, so I took anatomy my senior year of undergrad, and I feel like that helped me so much, because it gave me a preview to what it would be like in my master's and then eventually in dental school. And I feel like anatomy is so much content that having that first initial like preview of what anatomy will be like really helped me. So I do highly recommend taking anatomy if you have that option in undergrad. And then another bioelective that I took was some like exercise physio class, I think, but that was just more for fun. So I don't really think that really helped me in dental school, but mostly just the anatomy really helped me. I had to take physiology. That's not an upper level bio class, but taking physiology undergrad really helped me as well. Here's another question. I was wondering if there were research opportunities available on campus. So there are definitely research available even as a first year. I already have friends who are doing research from very early on. The professors will be like, I have like this research opportunity, like if you guys want to be part of it, like just email me, stuff like that. And my friends, they somehow got this opportunity with one of our anatomy professors, and they're doing research on baby chicks. So there's definitely opportunities for research, and I think that as long as you just like email a professor or ask, there's always like opportunities to do research. Okay, another question. Any helpful tips for an incoming Tufts D24? What do you wish you knew as a D1? I think for me, I don't know if there was anything I wish I knew. I feel like doing my master's, it really prepared me to study hard. So if I hadn't done my master's, it was nice to know that you do need to study a lot. like, I'm constantly studying, and this happened for me in my master's. Like, you go to class, and then whenever you're not in class, you're studying. And so I guess going along with that too is that it's you should know also that your life shouldn't just be studying. You do need to do things that you enjoy. So that's something that I knew as a D1 because I did my master's, but if you hadn't done like a master's going in as a D1, it's nice to know that you do need to study a lot, but don't make your life just studying. Some other tips if you're coming in, just like be friendly with everyone, make friends. I feel like everyone was constantly just like introducing themselves to everyone, not even just like the first week, but like in the first couple months. Like, always introduce yourself. Like, if you sit next to someone for the first time, just like be like, oh, hi, I'm, introduce yourself and say like, I'm from here, like, where are you from? Just like start a conversation with like anyone who might be new. I'm trying to think of things that I wish like specifically for Tufts that I knew. Oh, if you're gonna do, so they did a bulk order for figs last year, and I didn't do that, which was good because when they did the bulk order, everything kind of got messed up with the figs order. So it ended up being good for me that I didn't order with like the whole class, and I got mine way in advance, and then I just took them to a separate place to get them embroidered. They gave us 2 different places. I forget what were the 2 places, but whoever the liaisons for the class, they'll let you know where to go get your things embroidered. So I ordered my figs separately from the class, and then I also didn't get them embroidered through figs. I like went to the separate place that works with a school, and then I got my scrubs embroidered. And then I also got my operative white coat embroidered as well because it was only like $15, and everyone's always like, oh my god, your white coat looks so nice when in operative, because you get a separate white coat in operative from like the white coat ceremony. So you have like a cheap white coat that you get, and so like I just got mine embroidered just for fun, and it looked really nice, and people are always like, oh my god, like, where did you get yours embroidered? So that's something that, I mean, it's not like a tip or anything, but I mean, if you wanted to do that, you can do that. Okay. Next question. How do you study in dental school? Okay, so I learned how to study mostly like from my master's, and how I study is I go to class and I pay attention to the lecture and I take notes, and then after lectures I will go and write my own notes. And so I used to do this on paper, but now I have my iPad and I do this. So I'll take like, I used to take a blank like printer paper, and I would go through the lectures, and I would write down all the important things in my notes. And when you're taking notes, it's important to remember to like actively be taking notes and actively be studying, and not just like writing things down, like just not even paying attention to what you're writing, because then you're not really studying. So it's always important to be like very active with your studying. So like, don't be passive about it. So that's what I would do. I just like write like a sheet of paper, or like write out on like my iPad in Notability. I use Notability. I really like that app. And then after I've like written notes for all of my lectures, and this is usually like the day before the exam, I'll like review everything and just like read through all of my notes, and I'll highlight. And then if the professor does like a review for the exam, I'll go through those lecture slides, and then I'll go through and like highlight things and like make sure I get all the important topics that they've covered. And that's basically how I study, just going to class and then like actively making notes and then reviewing my notes. Okay, another question. What are some science classes we take if we want to go to Tufts? So I don't know if this question means like undergrad or at Tufts, but at Tufts, the science classes that you will be taking are like pretty much all the basic science classes. So you take biochemistry, anatomy, obviously, there's physiology, pathology, microbiology, immunology, So like basically everything, and all of those classes you can take undergrad as well. So like I said before, I highly recommend taking anatomy. Usually if you're like a bio major, you have to take physiology, so I recommend physiology. I never took immunology or like microbiology in undergrad, so I think it's like okay if you don't take those undergrad, but those are other courses that you'll have if you go to Tufts. And pathology also, I never took that undergrad, but that's fine if you don't take it. But yeah, those are like all the science classes you take. You definitely don't have to take like organic chemistry again, like if you go to Tufts. It's just biochemistry that you will be taking as like one of the hardest classes, really. And I'm in neuro right now, and that's pretty hard. I never took that undergrad, so that's another science class that we're in right now. Okay, another question. What is the best part of dental school? I love this question. So the best part of dental school, I can't really think of just one, but one of my favorite things of dental school is obviously all the preclinic work, so like working with your hands, drilling and filling. I love all that stuff. That will probably be my number one favorite thing. But my other favorite things about dental school is all of the friends I've made, all the different people I get to meet. I've met so many people from like all different parts of the world, people from Egypt, people from Alaska, just like all different parts. So I love that about dental school. And then another huge thing that I love about dental school is that I feel like I'm finally learning things that I love and that I'm interested in. Like, I feel like all throughout undergrad, I was like, oh, this sucks. Like, I wish I was learning things that I actually liked. Like, when I was in orgo, it was like, I'm never going to use orgo in my life. Like, I don't like it. Like, why am I studying it? And I feel like now in dental school, it's just like, it makes me so happy that I'm finally learning things that are going to apply for the rest of my life and like things that I enjoy, because like we're learning biochemistry and like immunology and all those things, but when you're in dental school, they like apply it to real life. So we're learning biochemistry, but we're also learning like cases or like different things that you would see in dentistry that have to do with biochemistry. So like you learn about how, I don't know, like sugars are like made, and that applies because obviously like sugars break down your teeth. And so it's just like all relevant to dentistry, and I love that about dental school. So that's something to look forward to if you're going to dental school. Another question I got is, why is dental school stressful? So dental school can be stressful because it's a lot of work. So you're constantly in lectures, and then you're also going to like operatives, so you also have like projects that you have to do. So you're constantly studying, but you also have to focus on your hand skills. So it's a lot to take on, but it doesn't have to be stressful. You can plan out your time. You can have like a planner, you know, maybe like work out or meditate to like keep your stress under control. As long as you're keeping up with everything and keeping up with all your work, dental school doesn't have to be stressful. But I mean, I get stressed all the time, but also like competencies can be really stressful because it's like an exam on like your hand skills. So it's like very like up in the air. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's like one thing could go wrong and then like mess up the whole thing. So it's like very like in the moment, like if you're gonna get it right or wrong. So that can be really stressful as well. But I think that there's a ton of things to help you manage your stress. So I think that, yeah, dental school is definitely stressful, but it doesn't have to be stressful to the point that like you can't handle it. Like, there's definitely ways to handle that stress, whether it's like working out, meditation, you know, time management, stuff like that. So it doesn't have to be super stressful. Let me see, what else did you guys ask? I don't want to answer anything like be repetitive. Okay, someone asked me, why do you think you were accepted for a deferred acceptance, not a normal acceptance? So if you guys didn't know, I was given a deferred acceptance. I don't know if other schools do this, but Tufts gave me a deferred acceptance. So basically I had to do a 1-year master's program, and then I had my spot in the dental class of like the following year. And the reason why I was probably given this because I had ties to Tufts, so like both my parents went to Tufts, so they could probably tell that I really wanted to go. And I think I was a good applicant. Like I had a lot of community service and I had a lot of like extracurricular activities. It was just my grades. So they just needed to see me improve my academics. So I think that's the reason why I got deferred acceptance, because I was a good applicant. It's just like my grade wasn't that good. So they just wanted me to do better. And then I did do better in my master's, and I'm so happy that I did it. I think it's helped me so much in dental school. So yeah, I think that's why I got the deferred acceptance. Okay, so someone else asked me, why dentistry, why Tufts, where else did you apply, and are you planning on specializing? Okay, so I'll start with why dentistry. So like I said before, both my parents are dentists, so I kind of grew up thinking like I never want to be a dentist. But then in high school, I was like thinking about like what I wanted to do and like where I wanted to apply to college, and it kind of all came together. Like I realized I like sciences, I like art, I like socializing and like talking to people, and dentistry kind of just like popped out at me. And like as I did more and more things that were dental related, like community service and like pre-dental days, like my love for dentistry like grew more and more. And like once I shadowed and like all that stuff, I was like, wow, I like really want to do this. And it all just kind of like made sense to me. So that's why I picked dentistry. And then why Tufts, like I said before, both my parents went to Tufts, so like I obviously really wanted to go there, and it's in Boston. I'm from Boston, so it just seemed like it seemed like the right fit for me. And then where else did you apply? I didn't really apply to many schools because I knew I wanted to go to Tufts and I wanted to stay in Boston. So I also applied to BU. I think I applied to Michigan just because like that's a really good program, and I think I applied to also Maryland because that's a good program, and a few other ones, but mostly I was just set on Tufts, so I didn't apply to that many schools. And then, are you planning on specializing? For right now, I don't think I am going to specialize, just because that's going to be like another 2 or 3 more years, another $200,000 or $300,000 more. Like, I just don't really feel the need to specialize, because I think I want to do like aesthetic dentistry, so like veneers and crowns and bridges, and you don't have to specialize to do all those things. And I just feel like my parents can probably teach me, and I can go to continuing education classes and stuff like that. So I just don't think it's worth it to specialize for me in the things that I do want to do. But obviously if you want to do like ortho or endo or perio, you should probably specialize in those things if you want to do that. But I'm just thinking of doing like aesthetic dentistry, so I don't think I really need to specialize for those things. And yeah, so I think those are all the questions that you guys wanted to know about. I was so happy for all of your questions, so thank you guys so much for asking all those things. If you still have more questions, you can always DM me on Instagram or comment down below your questions. This was my first Q&A, so if you guys like this video, make sure to like it, and maybe I'll do some more in the future. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and make sure to subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Thanks so much. Bye.